In today's video, Toronto condo investing. Why, in my professional opinion, it doesn't make as much sense to invest in condos in today's market, and especially going forward into 2023. Hello everyone, this is Sam from SaberiSixRealEstate and Remax Realtron Realty Inc. As always, back with another video for you guys here today. You can find my contact information in the description box and on the screen. Feel free to get in touch with me with any questions you may have. You can find my office information and address and my Gmail where you can get in touch with me, and also where you can find me on different social media platforms as well. If you have any further questions, once again, feel free to get in touch with me. If you want to do a little bit of your own due diligence and homework before you do get in touch with me, feel free to just simply enter my name into Google, bring up my Google reviews so you can see what type of experiences those who have worked with me have had. Anyways, enough of all that self-promotion. Let's get to the point of today's video, which, as I said off the top, is about Toronto condo investing and why, in my professional opinion, it does not make as much sense in today's market to invest in condos as it does to invest in freehold, insofar as your budget allows for it. And furthermore, going forward into 2023, end of 2022 and 2024 even, why Toronto condo investing is going to be very risky. And it all boils down to cash flow. This video is intended for condo investors, right? So condo end users are exempt. I still believe, obviously, if you're an end user and not only does your budget allow for it, but let's just say you have the budget for a freehold, you just enjoy the condo lifestyle more, well, of course, this video is not intended, right? I have helped a lot of end users buy condos this year, and I look forward to continue to do that. Here we're talking about condo investors, and particularly condo investors of the cash flow variety. So those who are looking to purchase a condominium within the city of Toronto and to rent it out. And why it doesn't make sense in today's market, in my professional opinion, and especially going forward, has to do with three main points that are all connected: maintenance fees, an increase in rates, and inflation. So let me say that again: maintenances, interest rates, and inflation. In other words, put the cost of living, the cost of utilities, cost of hydro. If we were to take a look at the Toronto condo market in terms of average per square foot maintenance for a condo, we're looking about, in downtown Toronto, right? This is not Toronto at large, but in downtown Toronto, for instance, we're looking at around 62 cents per square foot. Now, if we were to look at, for instance, a condo that's 700 square feet, well, 62 cents per square foot, 62 cents times 700, we have a maintenance of around 430. I think, to be exact, around 435, 434, 436. That annualized is around $5,200. Well, this is not much of an issue when interest rates are much lower, because with lower interest rates, you have less of a cash flow deficit as a result of the maintenance. Any building is going to have maintenances, and maintenances are actually good because they cover the building's expenses, the day-to-day operations, they build into the reserve fund. All these things are very, very key and important. However, when rates are no longer low, as is the case now after 3 rate hikes, well, guess what? Your cash flow deficit is going to take a much larger hit due to the increase in rates, and this maintenance issue is only going to worsen the problem. Let's compare the numbers in terms of what deficit you are looking at cash flow wise in downtown Toronto for Toronto condo investing when rates were around 1.9 for variable versus at the time of recording of this video when rates are around 3.2%. When rates were at 1.9, the average sold price of a downtown Toronto condo of the 700 square feet variety was around $770. So $770,000. That is in February, to be exact, February 1st to February 28th. That's when rates were lowest, but prices were the highest. The average sold price of the exact type of condo, 700 square feet in downtown Toronto, as of May 2022 was far less because prices are lower, right? It was at $703,000. But the rates are much higher. We're no longer looking at 1.9, we're looking at 3.2% variable, depending on, who gives you what quote, but it's 3.2 to 3.5, but let's just say 3.2. And let's assume the 62 cent per square foot maintenance in both cases. And for rental rate, let's just assume in both instances, because the rental rate has not on average shifted that much since February, right? It's not as if things have increase dramatically or drop dramatically. Assuming 20% down, your monthly expenses, including maintenance and including mortgage payments, not including other factors, of course, insurance, all those other factors, we're not even accounting for those in this. Your total monthly expenses would have been $2,680 earlier in the year when, once again, prices were higher, rates were lower. In today's market, where it's the exact reverse, prices are lower, rates are much higher, your total expense is $2,897. But the rental yield, once again, has not increased substantially or decreased substantially. So we're still looking at $2,300 either way, at least at the time of recording of this video. So here we clearly see that the deficit has substantially grown, and a large part of that is due to the maintenance fees. As a result, in today's market, I think if your budget allows for it, a much better cash flow option is freehold properties, because relative to your monthly mortgage payments and your monthly total expenses, out-of-pocket expenses, the cash flow, the rental yield for a freehold property is much higher, especially for detached properties where you can rent the upstairs and downstairs separately and make it a dual income property, potentially yielding anywhere from $3,900 to $4,600, $4,700 a month. These properties are available within budgets of 1.1 to 1.2. If that is out of the question, there are a lot of townhomes that are even better cash flow options. And those townhomes are obviously much cheaper. They're in the 750s to the 850s to the 900. So in my professional opinion, freehold properties ranging from townhomes to detached are much better cash flow options because your deficits are going to be far less. Why is it especially risky to invest in Toronto condos going forward? Here we return to the maintenance fees and we add on the inflation issue. What I'm seeing firsthand when I review status of certificates with my lawyers, because when my buyers want to purchase a property, we do our due diligence in terms of looking at the status of certificate. What I'm seeing firsthand is a lot of condominium corporations accounting for rapid and aggressive growth in their maintenances going forward. A lot of condo corps I'm taking a look at on a daily basis are planning on increasing their maintenance fee for the next 5 years in an aggressive fashion. This is mainly due to the cost of living, cost of utilities, which is in turn influenced by inflation. At the end of the day, these condominium buildings have to pay utilities. To hedge against inflation, a lot of condos are once again going to increase maintenances in a rapid fashion. This is not a condo by condo thing. Condo fees are going to go up at a much higher rate than before. Now, not all condos are going to increase at the same rate. Certain condos will obviously increase at a less of a rate, but there is no question that as a result of the past 2.5, 3 years, the worldwide events and inflation, condo fees are going to be increased substantially per square foot. And the buildings that are particularly vulnerable to this are newer buildings. The buildings that are more exempt from this are much older buildings that already have a far larger and healthier reserve fund. But accounting for the rapid increase in maintenances that are to come definitely makes less sense than ever to invest in a condo purely for cash flow purposes with 20% down. Now, there's always exceptions to this stuff. If you are a 50% down investor, a 40% down investor, if you are an investor who is not looking for cash flow, but looking for more appreciation side of things, or even you're going to occupy the unit yourself in the short term, these are certain exceptions that could be made. But for most investors who are looking to purchase with 20% down, who are looking to rent out the property and get some cash flow out of it to offset expenses, in today's market, it makes little less sense than freehold properties. And furthermore, going forward, definitely going to be riskier and much heavier on your pockets due to the increase in maintenances that is sure to come. Let me know if you have any further questions in the comments. If you disagree with me, feel free to let me know as well. I am open to being corrected on this, but I am seeing these things firsthand in the status reviews. Anyways, this is Sam from SaberiSixRealEstate, Remax Realtron Realty Inc. As always, thank you very much for watching. Stay safe, stay tuned, and feel free to get in touch with me if you have any questions. Thank you.